Morning. It's very healthy to give yourself new experiences sometimes. It's good for your little squishy brain. So yesterday evening I was sitting at home wondering what I would be doing tomorrow because I've got a day off and I wanted to do something interesting and productive. So because I love the spirit of adventure, I booked myself a flight for today to a place I've never been before, which I've just now arrived in, and I'm only here for 26 hours. Here I am, first impressions of Copenhagen. I'm not even sure what is happening here. I'm now going to get some dinner. The place that everyone has recommended is the meatpacking district, which doesn't sound like my kind of thing on paper, but might be amazing. It's a weird place because it's so empty. It's just like a big car park, but all the restaurants around are all absolutely crammed with people, so there's not even any space in there. It's 2040 now. I've just had dinner at a place with a very weird sign. What you see is what you see. Realistically, there's not a huge amount to do when it's dark, I don't think, so most of my sightseeing is going to be done in daylight hours tomorrow. I did actually look at the weather before I booked the flight, which was quite good advice of someone, but the weather was totally wrong and it's properly snowing. It's not even that nice December sort of cute snow, it's really cold, bitter January snow that just feels wet. We're joining a free walking tour of the city, which goes to probably all the places I would have done anyway, but in the capable hands of a professional. The guide brought us here to City Hall just because it's City Hall and it's notably quite famous. But there's also a meetup of Leonberger dogs, and there are 5 of them, and they're like lions. They're the biggest thing I've ever seen. So far on this tour, I've learned that Copenhagen is the cycling capital of the world. I would have guessed it's Amsterdam, but apparently that's 4th on the list.
Take a leap of faith. Maybe you heard about that.
This is an excellent value for money free tour, learning a lot of history. We're in the oldest street in Copenhagen. Learned all about the excellent social mobility, which I will take home and use for myself.
If you ask the Danes what is the most Danish thing that they can think of, they will probably say the social welfare system.
There are loads of people on this tour, but I'm the only British one, and so he keeps using me as the butt of all the jokes about the British. I'm feeling very humble.
The Vikings built Dublin and they came to control most of England. That's why the English still have a sense of humor today, Jacob.
Just had our coffee break on the tour. Had a bit of hygge. Lovely, delicious, tasty hygge. I've learned all about it. My favourite bit about hygge, which means coziness basically, is it can be a noun or a verb or an adjective. So I've just had some and done some. Here it is then, Nyhavn, which is the most photographed place in Denmark, so let's take a picture of it. It's guard life around here, it's very, very heavily protected. We've even just got a warning to stay 2 rifle lengths away for our own safety, which, of course, I observed. We're in the palaces now. All this area is the Queen's residence.
We may now be in the most fashionable roundabout in the entire universe.
It's Frederick V. One of the things I just learnt about this horse statue, it took 15 years to complete because the guy that did it got paid by the hour and then they couldn't get out of the contract. I like that. I've got a lot of respect for that. The changing of the guard is happening over there. I just had to scamper out of the way, otherwise I would have get stabbed. That's the tour done. Going to the design museum, and then I think that'll be my day done. Here it is. Here's some design to prove that I'm in the right place. Let's try it out. This bit is all products that are in use now, designed by Danish people. Loads of random stuff like a sound level meter, an altimeter for parachute jumping. This is my favourite thing I've found in the design museum so far. It's an object. There are so many chairs in here. It's basically a chair museum. I used to have one of these bubble chairs. Really impractical chair. This is a floor chair. So artistic. They've made this place feel so uninviting. It's got the harshest white light and the most uncomfortable looking rubbish furniture. And the most impractical cutlery as well. I'm sorry, Arne Jacobson, if you can hear me. We've come a long way since 1965. I think I'm done. I'm gonna get on the metro to the airport and go home. That was a very successful 26 hours in Copenhagen. Back in London then, here we are. I'm gonna go home and see Rowan now for the first time in a while, and she's cooking for me. She's got something really exciting planned. Hello.
Hello.
How long have you had this pasta? Like 10 years?
10 years, yeah. I got it from Italy when I went with college.
And it's been handed down through generations and been sitting on our shelf for ages. And because I'm in a YOLO mood, I'm gonna eat it right now. Alright.
We're watching a documentary about trees now, so
Alright.
you've got to shut up.
I'm gonna go this way. Are you?